No?
You better say yes.
What's your favorite part of the parade?
I don't know.
What's your favorite part of the parade?
What again?
The floats? That
What
sounds
again?
fun.
Thank you.
There you go. What's your favorite part of the parade?
The band.
Oh,
When the bands are on the floats.
oh yeah.
Thank you.
You could say see me.
Well, are you going to be on the float?
I'm going to be in the back of a pickup truck.
Oh, all right.
So
Well,
you'll
good
have
for
to
you.
wave. You'll have
Yes.
to wave at me.
Oh yeah, we all wave.
We'll wave at you.
Buy that one.
Good morning.
Morning.
Are you ready for the parade?
You betcha.
Are you after all the candy you can get today?
Yep.
There you go. We're with Win TV. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, ma'am.
There you go. You're out here bright and early.
They won't. Yep.
What's your favorite part of the parade? Want some candy?
I don't know the candy.
The candy is a good thing to be the favorite part. What's your favorite part of the parade?
The floats and stuff.
Oh, yeah. How about the horses? Well, good morning. You want some candy?
What do you say?
What do you want to see in the parade? Did you get some candy from us? Well, there you go.
What's your favorite part of the parade?
I ride the horses.
Yeah, the horses are good, aren't they? Yeah.
Cars.
The cars?
What do you like, Reed? What do you like? The what? Fire trucks? You like fire trucks?
Oh, and listening to the horns go off? There you go, sir. What's
My favorite part of the parade, the end.
and you're out here an hour and a half before the parade starts?
I gotta sit.
Were you guys here last year?
Yeah.
When it was 95 degrees?
Yes.
Oh, you were on the sunny side? No wonder you're here so early this year. It's going to be a beautiful... Good morning, sir. You all ready for the parade?
I guess so.
What's your favorite part? Besides seeing
Just
me?
the people, watching the people.
Yeah, that's a cool part of the parade, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I agree. You have fun. Good morning, girls. How are ya? Are you excited about the parade? What's your favorite part?
The band.
The band is good. Is that your favorite part too? Is the band? Are you going to be in the marching band when you get older?
I can't wait. It's gonna be the drums.
Is it? I was a drummer in high school. I loved marching. Loved it. Good morning. How would you like some? Whoops! That was a horrible toss.
You did.
There you go. What's your favorite part of the parade?
I think the old cars.
It's neat to look at those, isn't it?
Oh, it's true, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Besides sitting on mom's lap.
No, that's mom.
Oh,
But
that's
this
Mom.
is Auntie.
Auntie. Got to sit on Auntie's lap. What's your favorite part?
What do you want to see? Fire trucks?
Yeah.
The fire trucks are pretty cool. Especially when they blow their horns, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Here you go. Oh, look at that cool blanket. Good morning. I'm tossing. Are you ready?
Yep. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Y'all ready for the parade? There you go.
You say thank you?
What's your favorite parts of the parade?
Oh, the band.
Yeah.
Band is good.
Band, definitely the band.
Yours?
Yeah, I'd have to say the band for sure.
Cool. What's your favorite part of the parade? Besides the candy?
You like the fire truck?
The fire trucks. We're getting a lot of that when they blow their horns. Oh, that sounds so neat. Have a good day. Cool. You are my sunshine. That's such a great song.
I know, I just love it.
What's your favorite part of the parade?
I've never been to this before, so.
You're a newbie. You're going to have a ton of fun.
Cool. Well, I live in Appleton, so, and I work at King, and I went to a restaurant. They were talking about it. I'm like, I'll just come here before I drive home.
This is a nice parade. Make sure you wave at me when I go past.
Okay, thanks.
All righty. Good morning. How are you today? Are y'all excited about the parade?
Absolutely.
What's your favorite part? Seeing me, of course.
Absolutely.
There you go. What else is your favorite part?
The three floats my family is in.
Well, there you go. And who's that?
Tabitha Cooper and Mindy Cooper are in one, and Mason and Nadie Minton, I just stopped and think of what your last name was, Aaron, are in another one, and then my daughter and son-in-law are on another one.
My parents.
His parents.
Wow. What's your favorite part of the parade?
Probably until I get to see my mom and dad coming down there.
There you go. Sounds like fun. Have a good day. Your favorite part of the parade.
I love the floats. I think the
Cool
floats
to
are really
see
neat.
All of the work
Yeah.
people put into those.
And then sometimes they have the music too, and that gets you up and going.
Yep. In the band.
And the bands and stuff, for
Yep.
sure.
And when it's hot, feeling sorry for them inside those big uniforms.
Oh, yeah, because both of us we're ex-band members, so we used to play in school and stuff. So we know the marching route, and we know them.
The neon uniforms.
Oh, those uniforms are
Ours
awful.
were wool.
Yes, wool.
And you
Yeah.
and you marched in full uniform.
Yes.
And I was a drummer, so I'm carrying my drums.
Oh.
Sweat just pouring out for me. I was so happy. I was just in seventh heaven. Have fun.
All right, thank you.
Good morning and welcome to the 2013 celebration of America's birthday. Happy 4th of July. I'm Jim King.
And I'm Dan Hansen. Glad to be with you again, Jim, on a beautiful day here in Waupaca. A little bit cooler than it was last year. I think the last year the thermometer across the way here was pushing about 100 degrees, and now we're just about 80 degrees.
I really can't think of a way to improve on this day so far. I mean, we have a cloudless blue sky. The temperature is very comfortable. Dan, the parade starts at 10 o'clock, which is just about a minute and a half from now. At 6 o'clock this morning, there were people setting out chairs to secure their place to watch the parade, and they weren't the first ones. Some of them were disappointed. And I got here about 8 o'clock in the morning, and there were already people just seated here, and they know the parade isn't going to begin for another 2 hours, but they're just enjoying the ambiance of downtown Waupaca on the 4th of July.
And Jim, the parade is well worth getting here early to see, because we've got more than 60 entries this year in the parade, a wide variety of civic organizations, churches, military veterans groups, and a lot of folks promoting special events coming up later this summer. So a very good mix of entries in the parade, and a lot of familiar entries and some new ones too. And we're glad to be able to bring it to you here on WIN TV. We were just trying to think before we came on the air here how long we've been doing this, and I know you and I have been doing it together for more years than we can actually remember. They say the memory is the second thing to go, I guess. But I think I started doing the parade here on WIN TV, which was even before it was WIN TV. We started out, I think it was TV 22, then it was 16, then it was 6, and now now we're way out in the far reaches of the spectrum here, 96 and something, 991 or whatever
Apparently
it is.
they're changing that to keep it closer to our age. But you bring up an interesting point when you look at all of the floats and displays in our 4th of July, our hometown day parade here in Waupaca. This is truly an educational event. I mean, yes, we want to celebrate the 4th of July, the country's beginnings, but this is a great place to learn about what's available in our community and in the area, and it's also a great way to find out what's coming up. I mean, we've got the Manawa Rodeo and the corn roast and just, all kinds, the car show, all manner of things coming up, and most of them are represented here in the parade.
And really things started off last night with the lighted boat parade on the chain. I think you were out there. That was kind of a neat thing. It was started a number of years ago by Mike Severide, who was the ad manager of the Picture Post at that time.
He was a young man then.
Glad to see it. Now he's old, just like the rest of us almost.
Well, but yes, it was. It has become a tradition, and I know much like WIN TV, it has changed and evolved over the years. Now it's the WSBT Lighted Boat Parade, sponsored by the Oldies Channel, because most of the people who've grown up with the Lighted Boat Parade are now listening to Oldies a good deal of the time. But they were there, and I mean, there were some wonderful, wonderful displays, I mean, truly, truly lit up. And we had the good fortune last night to watch it from the water. My wife and I were on a boat with friends, and we actually got to sort of jump in and watch the parade from within the parade. We don't recommend that here.
No.
And the Harley Riders, which are as much a part of the tradition as the flag, will be here to make sure that nobody does that. Nobody's allowed in the street during the parade.
And this year's the parade route is a little bit different from last year. Remember why?
No, I don't. But you said it was real hot last year. I don't remember that either.
Well, Main Street south of the post office was closed because of road construction, so they went east on Badger Street.
Okay.
This year, I think it
they
goes
can't
right
do
to
that
South
because
Park.
then they'd want to go back on State Street, and that's closed this year. I look off in the distance, Dan Hansen, and what I see is a squad car representing the City of Waupaca Police Department. Lights are flashing, sirens are sounding. Right behind the squad car, we have the Harley Riders, and I do believe that the 2013 Hometown Day Parade is underway. And boy, is there a crowd out here. Have you noticed that? Look behind us and across the street. Main Street is just lined with people here to enjoy this perfect day for a parade.
And of course, really a lot of other things coming up that we'll talk about during the course of the parade as far as events throughout the summer. And we touched on a couple of those before, but the folks here have a lot to talk about, have a lot to see, and we, of course, want to mention the reason for this holiday, of course, is the independence of our country, founded some 237 years ago. And, of course, one of the things that we'll be honoring are the military veterans who have done so much over the course of our history to not only gain our freedom, but to maintain it as well. And
well, that's right. Independence didn't come free, and it hasn't been cheap to maintain. We did see Chief of Police Tim Goke behind the wheel of the squad. Now, here are the Harley Riders. This group of Harley-Davidson motorcycle riders originated in Manawa and has been together for, boy, probably almost as long as the Harley Company, and they've been a part of this parade, I think, as long as I've lived here.
And, of course, in addition to being part of the parade, they also act as parade marshals to keep everybody safe and out of harm's way when the rest of the units come by.
And coming now, those first few displays are just to let everybody know that the parade is underway. Technically, they're not really part of the parade. This is part of the parade. VFW Post 1037, the VFW Color Guard, trailer members and auxiliary. And I'm looking now not up the street, I'm looking at the monitor, and I'm seeing what our viewers will see. And it just makes you feel good.
This, of course, is VFW Post 1037, the VFW Color Guard, and members of the auxiliary. This veteran service organization has been providing support for military and veterans, and they do a lot of community service. And I think that, we have Memorial Day, we have Veterans Day, but really it all began with the people who took up arms to free us from the colonial rule of Great Britain back in 1776, when those 56 brave men put their names to the Declaration of Independence, and men and women have been taking arms in support of freedom and defense of freedom ever since. And a unit that we'll be seeing a little bit later in the parade is the Wounded Warrior Project, and so many of the Veterans Day that come home with not only physical wounds but emotional wounds as well, and we have a debt to those men and women that we need to constantly work to repay.
I'm going to take note here. One thing that we're seeing that some years I think was absent is the number of people who are standing, removing their hats, and now they're actually applauding these veterans as they go by. And if you don't mind, I'll join them.
Jim, I think it's appropriate also to remember not only the people in the armed forces, but also our police and firefighters. When we think of the 19 firefighters who lost their lives this past week in Arizona, and a lot of folks put their lives on the line to help us all.
Well, to keep the rest of us safe, and you're right, we need to remember that, you know, holidays, nights, weekends, these people are required to go places that the rest of us will never see, and, you know, deal with things that the rest of us will just never have to.
We also have the DAV Chapter 53, the Disabled American Veterans. And again, these are veterans helping other veterans and helping their communities. And I think
we saw the DAV Chapter 53, and this is from King, Wisconsin. This is Post 151 of the American Legion, carrying the flag and the occasional 2-rifle salute. And this is not an armored vehicle. This is meant to be fun, but at the same time to remind you that all gave some and some gave all.
And Jim, you mentioned the Wisconsin Veterans Home nearby in King. And if you want to really see some heroes, that's the place to go. They need volunteers to help out there with a number of different things for the veterans and their spouses. And we're very fortunate to have a facility like the Veterans Home and the Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs to provide a place for those who served and for their spouses as well.
Well, and it is so gratifying to, you know, if you do go there. I mean, there's things you can do, little things to help. They have a wonderful gift shop, including a lot of items that are made by the veterans. They have a wonderful little museum inside the Veterans Home that's open to the public. It's something that everybody should see, and it gives you you know, a feel for what's going on out there, and you know what they had to face. It's just, I promise you'll like it. I think this is DAV Chapter 53. I'm just guessing, but
yep. I got a little ahead of myself here, but again, it's worth repeating that that many of the people that the veterans who came home from war and are coming home from war not only need physical help, but many of them need emotional help as well, and we can't do enough to repay them for their sacrifice.
Grand Marshal is approaching, as is the Waupaca High School Band. Our Grand Marshal is representing, once again, we're happy to say, the Waupaca Foundry. It's much easier to say and spell. Let's listen to the Waupaca High School Band. Comets Marching Band, been providing free music for the Hometown Day Parade for years and years. And behind them we have Paul Schroed, who is the president of the chairman of the board for the Waupaca Area Chamber of Commerce in the chamber float.
And Waupaca Mayor Brian Smith coming behind the chamber float.
He's not riding in that car either. He's walking. What a guy. There's his honor. Well, he can't walk past City Hall. It's just bugging him. He probably wants to get in the office.
I don't think we have to really tell anybody what's coming now.
And you can tell they feel good when they can get out, and it's not to respond to somebody's emergency. Today they could just do it for fun.
The Waupaca Fire Department, with several of their units in the parade here today.
We have 7 or 8 emergency vehicles in a row here, and they're lighting up Main Street. They're going to let the world know they're here.
All their trucks are shined up and ready to go here today.
We talked about, things that are coming up. Here's an example. The Waupaca Fire Department is sponsoring the 5-alarm dash, which is a 5K run and walk, slated for September 7th. And you can learn more about it by visiting race360.com, the 5-alarm dash.
We also have the Waupaca Area Fire Department represented by one of their newer vehicles and one of their older vehicles, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not a newer vehicle, but holy cow. That's more than 100 years old, that response vehicle.
And Waupaca promoting their Fighters Dance coming up August 10th. Featuring Spicy Thai Band.
Honoring our American heroes, past, present, and future. This is the Waupaca Foundry float, solid as the castings we create. What a wonderful float. What just a beautiful big display. And one of the things that always surprises me is the Foundry doesn't blow their own horn very much. But if you happen to watch the Indy 500 on Memorial Day,
I did. I saw the end of it.
virtually every single one of those cars is wearing brake pads made by the Waupaca Foundry and brake parts.
Of course, they're a key supplier of castings, brake castings to the automotive industry, not just for race cars, but for the cars that you and I drive every day.
All makes and models, brands, military vehicles, and they're on vehicles all over the world.
And, of course, here's a very familiar sight in our hometown day parade.
Donovan Lane of ABC Computers with his own homemade I Love a Parade train.
And, of course, ABC Computers has been an integral part of the Waupaca community for many years.
There's not a kid here who has more fun than Donovan.
And when he's not in the parade with his homemade train, his company is busy helping businesses not only throughout Wisconsin but throughout the nation and with their information technology needs.
Candy for the kids along the parade route.
Donovan knows how to do it upright, doesn't he? We'll mention again that you're watching Waupaca Hometown Days Parade from Main Street in Waupaca here on Win TV. I'm Dan Hansen, and alongside, as always, Jim King. We've been broadcast partners for, golly, how many years?
You don't want to know, Dan. We shouldn't bring it up. It's going to make us look old. Actually, we've been broadcasting together. Let's see. This is our 40th year, seriously.
Yes.
Holy moly.
We started when we were 3.
Now I'm depressed.
Park Vista.
Park Vista Retirement Living Community on Waupaca's west side. Some great folks out there. And they have, you're not going to believe this, they have one of the finest kitchens. They have the best food out there, and I've had the good luck to play there as an entertainer. I play guitar and sing at Park Vista. And if you get there on any of the events, they have specially themed events. The food is fabulous.
If you want to know anything about where the best food is, Jim is your guy here. He knows where all the good food is.
Well, I like to stay informed.
Park Vista, honoring America's heroes.
And I wouldn't be surprised if some of these veterans are also residents at Park Vista.
That's one great thing about the Waupaca area. They have really some excellent facilities for seasoned citizens who need a change in their living arrangements.
Well, sometimes it's just more convenient if you don't have to worry about things like the lawn and shoveling snow and doing laundry. And for some folks, it's even cooking and doing dishes. It's, you get to a certain point, you've earned the right to relax. And we've got some great places to do that. Supporting the troops. I believe this is Walleyes for Kids. What a great concept. I'd be willing to make a trade like that.
And of course, this group is really, their main purpose is to get kids involved in fishing, and that's a lifelong pursuit, that something you can enjoy from young to old. And coming by now is Kevin Peterson, who is
State Representative Kevin Peterson. Morning, Kev. Good to see you here.
Kevin,
see Mom and Dad in the car there.
Kevin, not only the representative to the State Assembly from Waupaca area, but also a distinguished Navy veteran himself.
Here's Waupaca Cub Scout Pack 3634. We've got the whole pack out there. Kids aged 7 to 12 with their very patient adult leaders. The Waupaca Senior Center is about to enter your view here. The Senior Center is open Monday through Thursday from 8:30 to 3:30, and the second and fourth Friday of each month. They offer wellness and prevention programs, educational and recreational trips. Anybody over 55 is welcome, so I think we just barely squeeze in there.
I don't know if we'd fit under all those balloons or not, but that's very, very colorful. The Waupaca Senior Center.
And they invite you to be a hero. Shirley Sparrows, Ms. Waupaca Senior Homemaker 2013. We have royalty on the parade, Dan.
And here we have some vintage vehicles, as it were.
Well, this is one of the things that our parade is really, really noted for, is the wonderful variety of old cars. This first group is representing Waupaca Rod and Classic. There's in all, they have 10 hot rods entered in our parade today, but they're having a show at Swan Park in August this year.
I believe it's Saturday the 24th.
Could be. I'm sure it's going to be a weekend. Swan Park's a great park for families. And to go listen to Grandpa talk about when these old cars were new. The first one went by. To me, that was an old car. That convertible, that wasn't so old.
I think the first one that went by was from the Tom Thumb Mini Golf Course in Waupaca out on the chain. This is the entry that we were talking about earlier. Waupaca's the Wounded Warrior Project. You see all the pictures of the veterans, and on the side of the trailer here, and they collected over the course of 3 years 370 plus pictures of mostly Wisconsin veterans.
Well, I'm searching the side of that truck, Dan, because I know there's a picture of my dad up there.
What a great tribute to our veterans, and we need to always keep those men and women foremost in our mind, because without them, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to do what we're doing today, and we wouldn't be able to celebrate.
I'm not sure they'd all be thrilled about that, though. What we're doing, anyway.
The Knights of Columbus Chicken Barbecue.
Casey, that ship, how long has that been around? The Santa Maria has been
almost,
the Casey.
almost since Columbus, I think.
Yeah. It was a reissue of the original.
And
Waupaca County Republican Party and the famous elephant.
the Waupaca County Republican Party has works to help elect Republican candidates to various public offices. Oh, isn't this a neat one?
Well, look at what's coming now. We're going to watch the monitor, and this is the Remax Lions real estate float. It's a really big military vehicle with a balloon basket on that basket. I don't know what it's made for, but today it's veterans, and a couple of them I recognize.
Remax Lions Real Estate salutes our hometown heroes. And
nope, there's they've also decorated their float with pictures of veterans, local area veterans.
Jim, does it seem to be getting warmer to you here on Main
Street?
Street?
They have a hot air balloon. They don't have the balloon up, but they do have a process for heating the air, and though we're probably 25 yards from that flame, it feels like we just opened a pizza oven to retrieve our dinner.
We should have brought some marshmallows along, I think. And
now I want pizza.
Waupaca Mobile Travel Center in this year's parade.
You want to talk? Nobody thinks of somebody like this being a hero, but I'll tell you, whenever there is an accident or a breakdown, somebody is stranded on the road, you will be glad to know that 24/7, 365 days a year, there's men and women like this who are willing to brave all conditions, any hour of the day or night, jump in their own emergency vehicles and come to your rescue.
Well, Jim, we're just
about do that for me too.
We're just at about the halfway point of our hometown day parade here on Win TV, and a lot more to come. And the folks are enjoying.
What a
everything.
wonderful turnout! Well, where else would you want to be today? We have an absolutely perfect day. We're looking at the Farmer State Bank thermometer mounted above the main intersection, Main Street and Fulton here in Waupaca. It says 81 degrees. There's a hint of a breeze, not a cloud in the sky. It is the perfect day for a hometown day parade. Our next group is the Waupaca Area Youth Hockey. Very, very active in Waupaca for years and years and years now. And we have not only the Zamboni, which is at rest this time of the year, but we have a bunch of youthful hockey players, some on foot and others on skates, the wheeled kind, not ice skates, who are going to walk or roll this entire parade route this morning.
Right behind the youth hockey group is Foundations for Living. They're a nonprofit organization that serves men and women over the age of 18 years through transitional living. Sometimes everyone needs a little bit of a helping hand once in a while, and
well, there are transitions that need to be made, apparently.
And I believe this is is that the Hidden Waters?
I don't think so.
No.
Semper Fi, we've got a Marine presence aboard there, but I don't recognize anybody from the golf course. Nice old Farmall tractor pulling that float, and it has sort of a South Sea Islands theme. And the SS Minnow.
course,
Wait, I take it back. That is the Hidden Waters Golf Course float, because that's Harold Anderson at the helm of that ship.
And they managed to keep it hidden as well.
Well,
for most of
the water is hidden beneath the float. And every once in a while, as you watch the parade, there's a good example. As the floats go by, you see continuous alertness by the Harley riders. They continually up and down the parade route, making sure that no spectator gets a little too excited and gets too far out in the street. They want everybody to be able to see and enjoy the parade without actually being in the way of the parade.
I believe we have gambling Irish bullies.
I saw them come through earlier, and I couldn't figure out what that meant. What are gambling Irish bullies? Well, these folks raise and show English bulldogs, and I happen to know there's a couple of serious devotees right here in the Waupaca area. And there's their English bulldogs for you.
Some of them are walking along the parade route, and some of the bulldogs are riding on. I suppose they probably flipped a coin to see which one's got to ride and which one's got to walk.
And I see those that are walking are given occasional snacks and water along the route, just in case it's a long walk. And the way they walk, it looks like anything more than 30 feet is a long walk for them. Somebody talking about doing The Little Mermaid in July. Now that's a very popular show.
The Waupaca Community Theater has been around since the early 1970s, I think, or the mid-1970s.
Oh.
Great entertainment.
Here comes Victory Church, and they've got a band aboard.
Located on Apple Tree Lane. No more in darkness, no more in night. Now I'm so happy. I think it's important to remember that many of the people who signed the Declaration of Independence and fought for our initial liberty were people of faith.
Okay, now here comes the Waupaca Breakfast Rotary Club. Waupaca Breakfast Rotary meets every Wednesday morning for breakfast, and sometimes if they're not having a meeting, they get together anywhere. And they are working to eradicate polio, not just in the United States, but on Earth. They have a very active foreign exchange student program where they welcome students from all over the world and help enable local kids to study abroad. We are very blessed to have a truly active Rotary Club here in Waupaca. And they've got some wonderful events coming up. One, Dan, that I think you would really enjoy is Oktoberfest at the Ale House. It's a beer tasting exercise. You have to try them all.
Okay.
It's a dirty job,
I'm
but somebody has to
I'm writing
do
it down on my calendar right now.
Okay.
Up next, we have the entry from Trinity Lutheran Church, Waupaca, just a bit away on Badger Street. They are also conducting a food drive during the parade here this year. People are handing non-perishable food items to the members of Trinity, and they're putting them in their shopping cart. All those will be donated to the food pantry in
They
Waupaca.
actually brought non-perishable food items and apparently cash donations to the parade to help support the food pantry. What a great idea. I'm just guessing here, Dan, and I don't want to sound like a cynic, but there are some big city parades that they wouldn't let you do that. You couldn't show up and bring canned goods or even dash out there and put cash in the collection box.
And another fire department represented in the parade this year, the Scandinavia Fire Department from, of course, the village of Scandinavia, just up the road a piece. And they have Engine 942 in the parade today. And they are promoting, of course, their Firefighters Dance coming up August 2nd with music by Road Trip, the Scandinavia Firefighters
They
Dance.
know how to have a good time in Scandinavia. You have to check out the next display coming right behind that Scandinavia fire truck. Well, actually, there's a couple on the street. I see Chief Goke is walking the parade route with McGruff, the crime dog, on one side. But right behind the fire and rescue truck, somebody came up with a cute idea. Rather than just be a tow vehicle, they wanted to get involved in the parade. So look what he did to the windshield wipers on his truck. We're going to see if we can get the camera. I mean, they're the fold-out kind so that you can more easily wash your windshield. Mounted some flags and just lets them wave. What a great idea.
A very interesting and unique way to wave the flag, Jim.
Well, not every float has to be, something really elaborate, but, creativity goes a long way.
I believe that's from Waupaca Hometown Pharmacy, a new and independent pharmacy serving the Waupaca and surrounding area. They say, our family caring for your family.
And they deliver, too, That's the new pharmacy. It's up on the plaza right next to Kmart on Waupaca's west side, just off of Fulton Street. One of the newest members of the business community here in Waupaca.
How about paying a visit to the zoo?
How about JR's Children's Petting Zoo, where you can get up close and personal with some pretty friendly critters. But they've got some that are, it's not just fun for the kids. I've seen adults go there and enjoy the waterfowl. And there's little Reddy the Fox walking the parade route. And I do believe they still have deer in the yard out there, don't they?
JR Zoo just west of Waupaca on Highway 54.
Oh, and actually I'm watching here as we wait for these giant Swiderski tractor to roll in here. There's a number of critters. We saw the fox. JR's is also walking with a raccoon and allowing children along the parade route to pet these animals. That's kind of fun. You get up and close and personal, and hopefully you'll learn that the ones in the zoo are not the ones in the woods, and don't pet those. Swiderski Farm Equipment is a dealership serving not just Waupaca County, but a good deal of central Wisconsin. And this little New Holland garden tractor is just right if your garden is about 700 acres. What is that critter on the back of the tractor, Dan? You're a farm boy.
That's a mixer for cattle feed. You mix different ingredients for their ration, I believe.
So you can plant weeds with your corn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's certainly good news. And here we have the Waupaca County Democratic Party, and they have their donkey with them, and a group
their
of walkers.
donkey for a walk, it looks like. The Waupaca County Democratic Party celebrating freedom, fairness, and opportunity.
And they say they can be found on Facebook. This is Waupaca has their Summerfest slated for a little bit later this year. Actually, it'll be on Sunday, July 28th, having a blast at the Waupaca Waupaca Community Summerfest. Let's get this right.
They are offering free admission to the fun-filled fun park for 4 kids. Bikes will be given away. They'll have a pig roast and polka mass
and other live music. They have a good time. And this is not to be confused with Horse and Buggy Days. That's another celebration in Waupaca that comes up even later in the year.
That's usually the early part of September, I think. Fable Repair and Collision Center, Waupaca, has been a family-owned company since it began in 1991. They have 2 locations, one in Waupaca and one in Appleton.
Celebrating, thanking, and honoring our American heroes. It looks like those guys bring enough truck when they show up. Both of these look to be pretty formidable vehicles. K&E Builders, Ken and his crew are, involved in so many projects locally, local building, have a reputation for quality, honesty, hard work, dependability, and more than that, at least in my eyes, more than that, Ken and the people that he works with and the family are so involved in so many community activities. There's always something going on. The fireworks come to mind, which take place over Shadow Lake in Waupaca every 4th of July as sort of the crowning cap on Hometown Day. And Ken and some of the guys from K&E are involved in that, to say the least.
Up next, we have the Waupaca Youth Wrestling Club. The Waupaca Youth Wrestling Club is for kids ages 4 through 8th grade, and they're teaching these youngsters the FIAC style of wrestling and building confidence in self. And I'm sure if I mispronounce that, I'll hear about it, or they'll put me in a hammerlock or something.
Oh, they actually have a mat on that trailer, and they're up there taking falls up there. Oh, and we have a winner.
The Waupaca Youth Wrestling.
Oh, look at them. They're really going for it. Oh, my.
They're getting a good workout on this
I think
4th
so.
of July.
Now, this next group is going to be, I'm guessing, a little more laid back and a little more relaxed. These are our friends from Bethany Home, another rehab and residence community in Waupaca. Senior living, offering a full range of services. There's retirement, there's assisted living in apartments, there's a full skilled nursing facility, and a state-of-the-art rehab program with a specialized unit for dementia, an array of outreach services in the community to keep all of us healthy and happy and, have a place to look forward to.
And right behind the unit from Bethany Home is a group from Parfreyville United Methodist Church, located in Parfreyville, which is just south of Waupaca ways. And the Parfreyville United Methodist Church was founded back in 1856, and good to see so many of the churches participating in the parade. Of course, they do a great deal of community service as well. And right behind the Parfreyville United Methodist Church, we'll be seeing it shortly. There we see it right now, is the entry from Mills Farms, a small breeder but world-class breeding farm specializing in Arabian horses. And we see a wee rider there on top of that horse. Beautiful looking horse there.
And every other kid along this parade route is watching that little girl on horseback, or one of the other kids we saw earlier in the fire trucks, and they're wondering, how do they get to be in the parade like that? And she's really down there.
She's got the wave and everything.
Yep. She hasn't put her arm down since she came into view. I don't know if she can go the entire parade route that way.
And of course, we'll see the trailer from Mills Farms.
Here's another real popular group all summer long here in the Waupaca Chain of Lakes area, the Waupaca Chain Skiers. And we've got a boatload of fun here. The local water ski team since 1972. Just about 40 years they've been around. Ski shows every Saturday evening right in front of the Veterans Home in King. The pre-shows at 5:45, the main shows at 6:30, and all summer long, every Saturday night, bring a folding chair, bring a blanket or a towel to spread on the ground, walk right up to the main building in the Veterans Home, walk around to the lakeside and plunk down on the grass. You are welcome. It's free. They usually have some food and beverages available for sale, and I think they may accept a free will offering, but it's great family entertainment by an award-winning water ski team.
The Chain Skiers show, as Jim mentioned, every week most weeks during the summer months, except them possibly may be off competing for one weekend, but their show is located on Rainbow Lake, just offshore from the Martin Center at the Veterans Home in King.
And they're showing off some of their skills, a great deal of balance, enthusiasm, strength, certainly physical fitness. We hear so often there are still people occasionally who say, well, I don't know what it is with these kids today. Well, look around. This is what's with the kids today. They are learning new skills, and they're outside in the fresh air, and they do occasionally take their thumbs off of their phone or their iPad. And I mean, these are some great young people. Make it a point to let them know you appreciate it. Get out and support them. Look at the show, and then you'll know what young people are up to. Thus ends our sermon for today. I notice so many of these tow vehicles are nice heavy-duty and mid-duty trucks from Neville Motors in Waupaca. These days, so many people do drive smaller, more fuel-efficient vehicles, and as a result, they are not capable of towing very much. And for the folks at Neville Motors to just provide, I mean, they have to have a half a dozen or more of their new vehicles that were just given to these organizations to use today. I think that's a pretty nice thing to do.
The outboards on that boat, three big Merc outboards.
Yeah, I just heard about that last night. Somebody had seen the show, and he said that boat is sitting there. There are three 150 horsepower engines on the back of that boat. There's a familiar face coming in right behind the skiers.
Freddie Falks. Falks Brothers Construction. They've been a fixture in the Waupaca area and throughout Waupaca County since 1946 when Sid and Oliver Falks started the business, and it's continued as a family-owned business.
Seems to me I read where didn't they actually meet in the service and come home and start that business? It'd be something. Couple of old service buddies, and now 50 years later, their business is still going strong, stronger than ever, perhaps.
We're looking right now at a 1950 model John Deere tractor that has been beautifully restored. We don't have any information on who might be the owner or the driver of that tractor, but
I think it's somebody who's just proud of his tractor and what he's got it all ship shape. Now the M, that is the model. I notice it's got the M insignia on the tractor, and then on his entry sign it says a 1950 M, a John Deere Model M.
It's a beautiful, small, compact tractor, something that obviously someone has given much loving care to in restoring it to its better than probably original condition.
Well, what always amazes me about folks who do that, whether it's cars, boats, tractors, when you get something that old, I mean, you're looking at that's more than 60 years old now. The work, the willingness to do it is one thing, but if you need to replace something, where do you find parts? I mean, you must have to just scour the country.
A lot of times these folks that will have to fabricate their own parts for some of these vehicles where parts are no longer available, or are very, very, very scarce.
It's interesting you say that because there was a time when that was the only source of parts for a whole bunch of people in this country. We couldn't just run to Fleet Farm or someplace. You had to, make what you needed. Thank goodness for Fleet Farm.
I may be stopping later this afternoon now.
Fountain Lake RV Park has been around for years and years and years. And they were originally, it seems to me, a Airstream park. And now I think they are open to apparently other makes and models also.
They're an all-volunteer, member-owned RV park, offer daily, weekly, and monthly and seasonal rental lots, as well as allowing folks to buy their own lot. They're
What a fun idea.
Fountain Lake RV Park.
You can find them online at fountainlakervpark.com, and their address is near Waupaca, Wisconsin.
You're an RV guy, aren't you?
I am, and I'll have to go check out that place. We're always looking for more places to.
And the golf cart also. That's quite a golf cart. Have you got a golf cart like that, Jim?
No, I wouldn't mind. I tell you, I would love that. I think that might be one of those GEM electric vehicles. It looks a little bit like Fred Flintstone's car would look like in the future.
More balloons and more tributes to our heroes from Blue Knight Truck and Trailer.
And that's the owner, Dwayne, behind the wheel of that Ford tow vehicle. And we have several services represented on the float. And it says, heroes don't wear capes, they wear dog tags. Celebrating America's heroes. And the balloons do escape every once in a while here.
And of course, Blue Knight is a leader for selling and installing trailer hitches, electric brakes, gooseneck and fifth wheel hitches, and much more. And we've just been given a American flag here.
It's a necklace. It's like a dog tag. You wear it. And one side is the American flag. The other side says, "Let freedom ring." And I can't wear it until I take off my headset. But after that, I'm going to wear this proudly today. Thank you.
Coming up next, we have a little bit of fire and ice, or fire on ice, I should say. The snowmobile queen and princess from the Fire on Ice Youth Program snowmobile races held at the Waupaca County Fairgrounds in Waupaca. The second weekend in February, benefiting youth programs of Waupaca County. Queen Alexis Klein and Princess Carrie Volts and Linda Hilscotter.
Hard to think of snowmobiling this time of the year, but I have a hunch that they're hard at work getting ready for that, because for them, the second weekend in February will be here any moment. Oh, now we have a wild person on a scooter zipping in and out. And
I think it's from Ken's Busy Bee Handyman Service.
It looked like a Busy Bee. Everybody's wearing Busy Bee colors, black and yellow stripes.
Ken's Busy Bee is a handyman service that covers jobs from simple repairs to entire remodels, both in and outside the home. Fully insured.
Said if you need help, just give me a buzz.
I thought you had made that up.
No, that's his logo. Actually, the business is out of Plover, but he travels central Wisconsin fixing stuff. And he's a busy bee, apparently. The Minnow Bucket. It says it's under new ownership as of the 1st of this month. Your hometown sports shop, the Minnow Bucket, has rods, reels, bait, tackle, bows, and archery gear. Stop in and use their archery lanes either to get in shape for the new season or to try out the new gear you're looking for. You can have your reel restrung. I suppose you can have your bow restrung. You can get your gun cleaned or your equipment serviced by certified technicians, or special order a new bow for the new season today at the Minnow Bucket.
On County Highway Q along the chain of lakes west of town. Now we're looking at the entry from Emmanuel Lutheran Church. They're promoting their Vacation Bible School. They have grades K through 8, preschool, 3 years and 4-year-olds in their school as well. Emmanuel Lutheran Church of Waupaca.
Yeah, they're preschools for little ones, and they look pretty young. They're out, walking this whole parade route today. He's offering you a treat there, Dan. Enjoy it. There you go. I'm not sure what that is. Was that frozen at one time and it was
cold.
like a flavored icicle, only now it's like flavored juice? This next vehicle is another Neville Motors. That's a new Camaro convertible. What do you think of that? Then you fill it up with beautiful girls, and what do you think of that?
Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what we're seeing is Miss Amazing, Waupaca's beauty pageant contestants going to Nebraska in August for a pageant for special needs women ages 12 through 35.
And the little girl closest to us is Danielle Tho, and that's Renita Farias in the back seat with her. Boy, they have the wave down pat. I think that they're going to. Oh, and there's Danielle's mom.
And more music. This time, Mark Krishak has made his way from the beginning of the parade back to the end of the parade as he's directing the Waupaca City Band.
And they're getting a big hand after that tune. And I think he's calling out the name of the next one. If they're going to play for us, I think we should enjoy the Waupaca City Band, who does free concerts most Friday nights right here on City Square in downtown Waupaca. A true old-fashioned tradition, a bandstand with a band, free access from anybody who wants to be in the park. I think Mark is working the crowd here. He went by with the Waupaca High School Marching Band. He's the director of that band. When they get to the end of the parade, Mark turns around, dashes back to the beginning of the parade route to get on this float and come down with the city band.
And as you mentioned, he's telling the crowd right now about the band concert coming up tomorrow night here on the City Square in Waupaca. And he's ready to count it down one more time here.
Waupaca City Band.
And now, almost it'll be lunchtime pretty soon. Time for Arby's there.
Have a little Arby's trailer. And it looks like they're sharing something other than burgers with the crowd. I think they're handing out candy to the youngsters. And you're right, Dan. I do believe that the 2013 Waupaca Hometown Day Parade is nearing an end. We have a handful of floats to go by. One, as traditional as the parade, is the Midwestern Rodeo float from Manawa. Manawa Rodeo takes place, this weekend, starting today. It will be the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Queen Cheyenne Neeland and Princesses Katie Ubel aboard the float. I met Katie at Strawberry Fest, and I know her dad and her family. And this is real rodeo. If anybody has never seen the Midwestern Rodeo in Manawa on 4th of July weekend, you absolutely have to put that on your calendar, regardless of the age of the people in your group. It's real rodeo.
It's on a par with the best rodeos in the country, I think, Jim.
It is. It absolutely is. I mean, these are real cowboys, busting broncs, riding bulls, the whole deal. And it's a great day of family entertainment.
And if you're talking about some entertainment inside, you can rent a video from Family Video in Waupaca. They have movies, games, and...
Do you suppose there's the chance you could get a copy of one of the earlier Hometown Day parades with us on it? Boy, I hope not.
And wireless
Ultracom, a U.S. cellular dealer, sells cellular products and services. Ultracom. And I see we have one final private entry here. Daryl and Carla Elke with their grandkids, Sid and Zach. I thought they would be aboard that ATV, but it says here that they're in a 1931 Model A Ford, and I didn't see that one go by. So
maybe they didn't make it to the parade this year.
You know, sometimes if it's from 1931, it doesn't run exactly the way you want it to every day. But that's a spiffy little Kubota ATV to sort of bring up the end of the Hometown Day Parade. And the official closing are the emergency vehicles, Waupaca Fire District vehicles, at the end of the parade.
Well, we've had just about an hour's worth of the July 4th Hometown Day Parade here in Waupaca. And it's a lot of familiar faces, some new folks in the parade. And all in all, a great time was had by I think the people that were in the parade, and also those of us sitting here enjoying all the parade entries, especially.
It's still just a wonderful, what a perfect day to be outdoors and have the very good fortune to be living in the Waupaca Chain of Lakes area. Many of us will be down at South Park later today. They're having a picnic. There's swimming at the public beach. Others will be on the Chain of Lakes, enjoying water sports. There's a double handful of local venues that have live entertainment today, tonight, and throughout the weekend. It doesn't get any better than real-life America in the Waupaca Chain of Lakes area, and especially on the 4th of July weekend.
Well, Jim, it's been a pleasure sitting next to you here and helping bring the parade to our viewers here on Win TV, and hopefully that will be forthcoming in a day or two, that those of you who didn't get a chance to see the parade might get a chance to enjoy it, and those of you who saw it may get a chance to see some of the things you might have missed or want to see again. So it's been a pleasure being with you again, Jim, and hope we can do it again next year.
Hopefully the 2014 Hometown Day Parade is only a year away, and we're looking forward to seeing you here on Win TV when it happens.